Different from WWL Plus, it's on your TV.
Yes.
Right.
So just want to make that point. But we have some weather coming up this weekend with those Mardi Gras parades that are starting to roll.
Yes, and it looks like for the weekend, we'll see if the trend continues, that the parades may be okay. It might be more of a late night, kind of going after midnight into Sunday morning. But first we have to get through the storms that we have on the way. And we've already had some scattered storms well ahead of a front, which is now approaching Lafayette. So the line is moving very quickly. It's been the scattered storms out ahead of it that have been showing those signs of, at times, rotation. And really more than anywhere, it's been north of the lake, kind of springboarding further into Mississippi. And we'll show you why coming up in just a second. But the entire atmosphere is pretty conducive for some tornadic storms. Now on our scale here, what the model here does is it takes several ingredients, wind shear and other lifting mechanisms, to see where the conditions are more conducive for tornadoes. Notice the brighter reds to deep oranges are a little bit more in North Shore, and then more so into south central Mississippi. As we continue through the rest of this afternoon and into the evening, our chances remain kind of on the lower side with a bit more of a focus north of us. So we can't rule out some rogue storms, but the chances in southeast Louisiana are much lower. Isolated certainly, but what we've seen so far through this afternoon is that these storms kind of become tornadic, meaning there is some rotation just before they start moving outside of our area. That atmosphere is still going to be there through 10 o'clock, but by and probably before midnight, that will be gone. Even as we'll probably still have some storms around, the atmospheric conditions for tornadic storms will be winding down. Now, with that being said, the Storm Prediction Center did place parts of the North Shore, all of Washington, northern Tangi, and extreme northern St. Tammany Parish under that level 3. Again, kind of the springboard to the storms tracking further into Mississippi. So we'll be watching this through the rest of this evening until late tonight. Probably most of these wrapping up by midnight, and it certainly looks like the environmental conditions would no longer be favorable for tornadic storms after and as we get closer to midnight. Just have those devices charged and a way to get those alerts on your phone app. WWL, again, that is different than WWL Plus, which is on your TV. Note where the deeper, brighter cloud tops are. This is where more of the strong storms have been. We're not really seeing those from the Gulf moving across southeast Louisiana. It's been more in association with this little piece of an upper trough that is lifting up to the north, and we almost have a little bit what is called split or divergent flow in the atmosphere, meaning the winds are actually separating aloft, and that allows for that deep lift mechanism in the atmosphere, and that's why most of the storms have been more north of southeast Louisiana. It tends to be why southeast Louisiana doesn't see nearly as many tornadic storms as we do just north of the state line. Also on the backside of this will be a significant cool down with temperatures dropping almost immediately as that front moves on through. Starting to feel the cooler air in Lake Charles. It's getting closer to Lafayette at this hour. So the line itself is moving very quickly. By about the midnight hour, we should already be into the cooler air with improving conditions, and by tomorrow morning wake-up time, a much nicer day. Let's fast forward to this weekend. Some spotty showers are likely during the day Saturday, going into the evening. Now, the later we get, the better those rain chances get. But more of our storms are probably going to be moving in during the overnight hours, which tends to be a concern because that's when everyone is in bed. Again, you'll want to have a way to get those weather alerts for Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Doesn't look to be a huge concern for the parades right now, but I would venture to say if you're going to be out on the parade Saturday, have an umbrella or a rain jacket because we'll probably have some scattered showers, but the storms will be more late night. Cooler for the next couple of days and a warm up by Saturday ahead of our next front, which will bring in a more significant cold front. We're looking at a light freeze, frost on the North Shore come Monday morning with highs in the 50s, and it looks like another disturbance brings in chances for rain by Tuesday, Wednesday with another drop in temperature.